Isn't that beautiful? Just an absolutely stunning sunrise.
Good morning. It's Monday, January 16th, and it happens to be Martin Luther King Day. So I think maybe the kids don't have school today. Don't really know for sure because all my kids are grown. But anyways, I was so pleased with Mindy Lou this morning. Now, I need to tell you a backstory on this. If you remember, I showed you in the video a few days back that she was having problems getting up the steps. She was scared because she had slipped. Well, since that time, she has not gone up those steps, not one time. We have gone outside, I've put a lead on her, I've tried to get her to go up the steps. I mean, she'd rather be calm. And my husband's gone outside and tried to encourage her by having his hands like behind her little tush and guiding her up so that she knows she's not going to fall. Wouldn't do it. This morning she goes outside for her normal outside, first time outside for the day, and my husband and I call her and tell her breakfast. We try to get it all excited. She stood outside in the middle of the yard and refused to even come near those steps. Every time she came near the steps, it was in hopes that we would pick her up and put her on the porch. Well, so for all day yesterday, and the night would have been Saturday also. So Saturday and yesterday, she has not gone up those steps. I mean, not at all. Not one time we had to go outside. We literally had to pick her up. And we tried to encourage her and thought, like, oh, we'll just wait and see. Well, when it's really, really cold outside and she's been out there for 20 minutes and she's still not willing to do it even for food, yeah, you just go outside and pick up your dog because you love them. But anyways, after she was out this morning, she still refused to go up, so Rick got her up. But the girls like to go outside when he takes care of the wood furnace, and so they went outside. And on the way back in, all he said was, come on, Mindy, let's go in. And up those steps she went. And I think it's because she didn't think about it. But yeah, so we were so pleased. I mean, we just praised her up and down and gave her treats. And let's hope that she will regain that confidence, because that's all it is. It's not that she's hurt. It's not that she's too little. It's not that the steps are too big. She's just lost her confidence after falling a couple times. But anyways, we are on our way to Jake's for some breakfast, and I'll talk to you throughout my day, and I hope you have a blessed day. Hello, everybody. I thought that today I would make some muffins because it has been a long time since I made any muffins, and if you've watched any of my videos in the past, you know that I like to make the muffins and then put them in a freezer bag with 4 in a bag. That way we have them when we want them, right? And today what I'm going to make is it's a banana muffin, but it is made with almond flour, and this has to be the super fine almond flour. It can't be the coarse almond meal, or it's not going to work. You can use I believe, let me look here, I believe it said that you can use coconut flour also, so you can either use the almond or the coconut, but I've chosen to use the almond. So what you need is you need to have the half a cup of almond flour, 4 ripe bananas that's been mashed, 4 eggs, vanilla, cinnamon, nutmeg, clove, ginger, baking powder and baking soda, and honey. So that's what's going in this. And the recipe said to just go ahead and dump your bananas in your mixer with a whisk attachment if you have one, and that they just dumped all the ingredients from that. And you know what? That whisk attachment really did mash up those bananas with no problems whatsoever. Now, you do need to have very ripe bananas, and I tell you what I do when my bananas get very ripe. If we haven't eaten them, I peel them and I cut them in half, and I wrap each half in a little bit of saran wrap and put them in a freezer bag and put them in the freezer. That way we have them for like smoothies or if I want to bake. Because if I only baked when I had ripe bananas on hand, I'd probably bake once a year, honestly. So that's what I do, just to make it easier. So yeah, it says preheat our oven to 350, and in a bowl we're to mash these bananas and then just add all the ingredients into the bowl. Oh, and I forgot to say, this does take a half a cup of melted coconut oil. Half a cup. So that's what we're going to be doing. And I thought maybe you'd like to come along and join me as we do it. So the first thing I need to do is to add the eggs, which calls for 4 eggs. That might sound like a lot of eggs, but when you are not cooking with traditional wheat flour, your eggs is actually what helps hold everything together, because there isn't the gluten content in there to hold it all together. So we add that and we're to beat well. And then it says that we add the coconut oil and the vanilla, and I had already measured this out and put it in the microwave for about 50 seconds, and it melted the half a cup without making it overtly hot. And the vanilla is a teaspoon. So we'll go ahead and add that, and it says to mix again. It says then to add your dry ingredients together in a separate bowl and add them a little bit at a time to the banana mixture. And it really does not take, it only takes half a cup of this almond flour. Your dry ingredients would be your baking powder, baking soda, and your spices. And the baking soda, it said 1 teaspoon. And the baking powder is also 1 teaspoon. And we have nutmeg here, calling for ½ a teaspoon. And clove is 1/4 of a teaspoon. Ginger is 1/4 of a teaspoon. Cinnamon is 2 teaspoons. And it says then we should stir that up. And we are going to add this just a little bit at a time to this banana mixture there. And you know what? I have not added my honey, and it's not even telling me. So I'm going to go ahead and put the honey in, because basically that is 2 tablespoons of honey, and this is kind of, I would consider, of a wet mixture. So I'm just going to go ahead and add that in now before I start with that dry ingredients. So I'm just going to mix that for a second here, and we'll see what happens. Just add a little bit at a time, but mix well. See, and normally you would not be able to use this whisk if you were using regular flour, because it would just really get in there. But being that this is almond flour, and you're only talking about ½ a cup, it's not going to do that. Then it just says that we are to fill them nearly to the top of each one of this that it makes 18 or a dozen and a half muffins, and cook them for 25 to 30 minutes or until a knife inserted in the center of a muffin comes out clean. So that's what I'll do. Well, here they are. The muffins are done, and mine were done after just 25 minutes. It said 25 to 30, so mine were done in 25, but it says that only leave them in the muffin tins for 5 minutes, then to remove them onto a cooling rack so that the papers will not get wet. It'll build up too much moisture if you leave them in the pan. So I'll take them out here in a couple minutes and put them on a cooling rack. Good evening, everyone. I hope everybody had a beautiful day. And it started sleeting here about 2 hours ago, maybe. So yeah, that might make a bit of a mess. And as for those muffins, I actually only froze 4. I took 4 of them and I put them in a freezer bag and stuck them in the freezer because I'm skeptical on whether or not they're going to freeze well, and that was my purpose. They taste very good, but I think that this is going to have to be a recipe that I would only use if I'm going to serve them that day at dinner. Other than that, they were very good. Tonight, though, I wanted to read to you 1 Corinthians 13:13. And now abide faith, hope, love. These 3, but the greatest of these is love. Love is a verb. Love is not an emotion. Verbs are doing words. You see, love does. As Christians, God's Spirit is within us. His love resides in each of us, which enables us to have a heart of compassion. You see, love will weaken if it's not active. So the Lord brings opportunities into our life so that we can express love to others. Our love is the evidence that we have an intimate connection with Christ. And He wants His love to flow through us to others. Now, Christ does not expect us to do something that we are not able, but He does expect us to open our heart and to see people through His eyes instead of our own eyes. When we do this, we will begin to see those around us as people that God loves. A smile, saying good morning to a stranger, asking the cashier how their day is, noticing an older person struggling with their cart and helping. These are ways we can demonstrate the love of Christ to everyone. When you view life from an eternal perspective, it will change everything, because each person has an eternal soul and is important to God. Therefore, we will want to treat them with the love and kindness that Christ has shown to us. It's through being a vessel of His love. That is the Lord's way for us to experience a peace and a joy that goes beyond any of our expectations. And so with that, I want to remind you, life happens. Let's enjoy it. And as we journey through this life, let's remember that we are to allow the love of Christ to flow through us and out others, even strangers. God bless and good night.